I've had some time to play around with the Ender 7, as you can see in my other videos, and I have a little bit of a, let's call this a mid-review update on this. Now, it does print things really quickly, but does it print them really well? Greetings, Dave here, DCB Effects. I want to talk about the Ender 7 because I've been playing with it. This is sort of a mid-printer review. It prints quickly. I will give it that. As I said in my last video, you know, the slicer was even off by an hour on each piece, and that was just amazing. And the quality is pretty good. The problem is at that speed, the print is not perfect. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is the Endgame tricorder. Again, sorry, in the white. I'm printing another one in gray, so it'll be better. Now, it fits okay, but when I did the door, there were issues with the printing. Let's put it this way. It looks like this. Now, that's just with the standard. So then I printed another one, and I did another one on the CR10. Or sorry, not on the CR10, on the Ender 7. I did it in blue, and it's better. It's better. I also did one on my CR10S. Now this one is beautiful. It fits perfectly. But, you know, I have concerns about the now I keep seeing CR10. I have problems with the Ender in regards to the fact it's printing so fast that it's not always coming up correct. Like, for example, here's a comparison of the Ender 7 and the CR10 V2. Now the Ender 7's in blue and the CR10 V2 is in gray. Now if you look at them closer, the quality's not quite there. If you look at what's going on here with the blue one, it's like some of the areas aren't quite joined up right, and there's a lot of cleanup on top, which I can do that. That's not a problem. I can do that. Now compare that to the V2, the CR10 V2. A lot cleaner on top, less to deal with, and I think it looks great. One thing too is, because I'm making a tricorder, you know, I'm making this to do what I want to do, so it's going to light up and everything else. In order to do that, you've got to use brass hinges somewhere. The print actually does come with some resin hinges or filament print hinges or 3D printed hinges I can use. I think I'm just going to get the right size brass all the way across, so I'm good. I can feed everything through. What you do is you run power through the brass hinges because they're connected all the time. As you open them up, it still stays a connection. Like in my other tricorder, it does that. So the door lights up, the emergency light lights up, all that lights up. Now, because it's printing pretty fast, it's not quite right. So here is a brass hinge that I found. It's not quite the right length, but it's close enough. It's maybe a shave a bit off, or I'll find one that's right for it. But here it is in the Ender 7. Not quite right, doesn't quite fit. Now I can make it fit either by sanding down the hinge, or I can make it fit by sanding down the slot. Here it is in the CR10 V2. Perfect. Other than the hinge being too long, doesn't quite work. That being said, the hinge holes, hinge spots on this print here, they don't work either. So I have to either do the hinge or do it again. So in that vein, I'm printing this top body again on my CR10 V2. Now granted, 4 hours for this on the Ender, 9 hours on my V2. So yeah, there is that. But I'm thinking the quality might be a little bit better. So in the end, this interim middle review of the I keep saying CR10. I don't know why I got this in my head. In the Ender 7 it's great. But if you want to get the quality you want to get out of it, you're going to have to dial it back a bit. Don't get that 250 millimeters per second. Sort of bring it back. Maybe try it, 125 and see how that works. It's still much faster than the CR10 V2, but the quality may be better. Now I'll know better. I'm printing it right now. This body is being printed. By the time this video goes live, I will have this body printed. Hopefully. It's in my office and I'm at home, so if it fails while I'm at home, I won't know until the morning when I come in. But I think it's a great printer. But for exacting measurements, like something like this that everyone's got to fit together, you want to take it back a few notches. You want to bring it back just a little bit so it's not going stupid fast and that you're going to get a little bit better quality on it. Now, granted, I can finish up prints quite easy. You've seen what I've done with my resin smoothing. I'm able to clean up a lot of them. They do look great, but I would much rather not have to do that every time. I'd rather have it come up pretty good, a little finish and spit and polish, and I'm good to go. So as an interim, I still think this is a fantastic printer. I think this is a great printer if you're getting into printing and you've got, you know, your eye on this Ender 7 and you can afford it and it's in stock. Definitely go for it. It is a great printer, and it certainly fits a lot of needs. Just for the quality I'm looking for, it's a little bit off. So it's not quite perfect, but I think it's a hell of a printer. I think they're doing great. If they can get a little bit better quality out of those same speeds, which I know they're always working on upgrades, I know it's going to come down the road. I think this is going to be the evolution of printers. Just keeps going and going. As I've been doing this for 3 years now, 3.5 years, it's amazing where it's gone from where it is to where it is now. It's just phenomenal, and it's constantly getting better. So that's my review for today. Hope everyone's having a great day. We'll talk to you all later.